is good? What is good? What is really, really good? This is your boy Big Sin. We are back with What Remains of Edith Finch. The last episode ended on such a downer note, but it was super interesting the way they made it actually playful of what they did. So let's go ahead and continue. And man, whew, all right, let's go ahead and continue this. That one was fucking rough. Gregory. Dawn, where's your bed?
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
Sorry, did not mean to do that. So we got Gus now. What's Gus's story?
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Oh, that is amazing. I've said that so many times during this gameplay.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. Make this cry.
So Gus did not want a stepmom, okay?
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Damn, boy. Yeah, flip this pops off. Like, fuck you, Dad. You married that bitch. She ain't my mom.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
This is
Thunder
wild.
sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Oh, shit.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Holy shit, man.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
This fucking game. The way they do this is something else. Raise flags for the dirty breakfast date. Alright, I guess
My
we're
mom
climbing up
moved
the
up to the
wall.
loft after her brothers died.
Whew.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
This game is hitting me hard. Like, these last couple stories have been really fucking hard to read or experience, especially when with the baby. I'm a single father, so that shit hits me when stuff with kids happens. So And the Gus one's pretty fucked up too.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad.
Dawn and Sanjay. Sanjay. Okay, so these are her parents now. Alright.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back and to see kids in the house again.
Milton, Lewis, Edith. Oh, that's my name. Dawn. Okay.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last.
Does it ever? Scientific method. Observation, question, research, hypotheses, experiment, data, conclusion. Odin.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
King Milton, huh? Let's see your story, my friend.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Sorry, my bad. Alright, we gotta go through that again. But this is really cool. They have done some innovative stuff in this game. It's like very innovative. And it's absolutely amazing.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
So we don't know if he's still alive or not, technically.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Can't go that way, Gully. And now we go up. On a Tuesday.
Mom
This is
definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room.
Oh, look at that.
Except
It's all...
Lewis.
That's really cool. So, how do I get in there now? I'm guessing... oh, hold on, let me... go up this way first to see if I can get in this way. Ah, there we go. There's the window. Window! Yay! Open it up. Open sesame. So this dude was a pothead.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar.
Yeah,
That part
fucking
of it
weed.
went on.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Oh, okay.
I asked him to describe it.
This is very strange.
He said he started small. Imagining a labyrinth.
Alright.
He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names.
Like, I'm trying to concentrate on that little puzzle.
He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously.
And the fish.
I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis-topia.
Lewis
He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
This is fucking
Then he
crazy.
made musicians.
Like I'm trying to keep up with the fish and pay
songs
attention
for
to
them
that.
to play.
I got this. Model employee.
He talked
baby.
about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay.
Let's shout out
but
the
his mind
Mario
was
there with
already
the
wandering.
pole.
It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis,
This is
until one
fucking
day he
quick.
forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
I'm working, Ma.
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a beautiful prince. The prince was on his own quest for
I can pick your own adventure now.
sinister serpents. He followed the sound of his electric sitar.
And so you guys know, I am actually controlling the hand of the fish
His
too.
chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
I am a god. It's just
For someone who'd never known
super
success in the
fucking
real world,
interesting
I think it was overwhelming.
the way they do this game. It's
it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Hey, look, it's a bootleg switch.
We began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
This is super interesting.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him.
What
Even
is
after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Oh yes, look at all my people. All my faceless people.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
Guess we're going up on Tuesday.
His prince waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Oh,
Rest, I think,
snap.
we know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Oh, shit.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Oh, man. Well, we are going to end this one right here. We see what happened to Gus and Lewis now. I believe we're coming up on the end. The next episode might be the final one for the game, so I will see you then. Bye for now. Oh yeah, also if you like what we do and enjoy the videos in my raspy ass voice, go ahead and like and subscribe over on YouTube. Hit that bell also. But if you're over on Facebook checking us out, go ahead and like and follow the page and look up anything that's Synful Blaq related. We out this bitch. Deuces.